Hi everyone, my name is Veronica Rodriguez. Today I will be presenting on formal versus informal assessment analysis and how each type of assessment informs instructional decision making in early childhood education. This topic is important because assessment is not just about measuring learning, but also understanding how to support each child's development in a meaningful and developmentally appropriate way. Assessment plays a critical role in guiding instruction and supporting student development in early childhood education. Assessments must be used carefully to ensure that they are developmentally appropriate and responsive to each child's needs. According to the National Association for the Education of Young Children, assessment should be used to inform instruction and support growth rather than simply evaluate performance. This means teachers must use multiple types of assessment and get a complete understanding of each learner. The formal assessment I am focusing on is the Ages and Stages Questionnaire, also known as ASQ. This is the standardized developmental screening tool that measures multiple domains, including communication, motor skills, problem solving, and social development. It provides quantitative data and helps identify whether a child is meeting developmental milestones or may need additional support. Because it is standardized, it allows educators to compare a child's development and expected benchmarks. Informal assessment observation. The informal assessment I am analyzing is a classroom observation supported by anecdotal notes. This type of assessment takes place in a natural setting, such as during play or group activities, and focuses on capturing authentic behaviors. It provides qualitative data, such as how a child interacts with peers, solves problems, and engages in learning. Observation is especially important in early childhood because it aligns with how children naturally learn through play and interaction. What formal assessment reveals? Formal assessments like the ASQ reveal whether a child is meeting developmental benchmarks. They highlight strengths as well as potential areas of concern and are particularly useful for identifying patterns over time. The type of data This type of data is helpful for long-term planning, such as determining whether interventions or additional services may be needed. In contrast, informal assessments reveal how children actually learn in the real world situations. Through observations, teachers can see how students interact with others, how engaged they are, and how they approach problem solving tasks. This type of assessment captures important skills and formal assessments may miss, such as persistence, creativity, and social behavior. Gaps and limitations. Both assessment types have limitations. Formal assessments can be influenced by factors such as test anxiety, cultural bias, and language barriers, which may not accurately reflect a child's true abilities. One, on the other hand, informal assessments can be subjective and may vary depending on the observer or the situation. Because of this, it is important to use multiple sources of data to get a more complete and accurate understanding of the child. Instructional decision making. When it comes to instructional decision making, both types of assessments make important roles. Formal assessments are more useful for long term planning, such as identifying trends and setting learning goals. Informal assessments are more useful for daily instruction because they allow teachers to make real-time adjustments based on what they observe. Using both together creates a balanced approach that support effective teaching and learning. In conclusion, effective assessment requires a combination of both formal and informal methods. Formal assessments provide structured data, while informal assessments provide deeper insight into how children learn and interact. When used together, they allow educators to make informed decisions and support the whole child. This approach aligns with developmentally appropriate practice and ensures that assessment is used as a tool to support growth rather than just to measure it. These are the references used to support this presentation, including NACCE, IRIS Center resources, and additional materials on assessment and instructional practices. All sources are formatted according to APA 7th edition guidelines. Thank you, and I hope you all enjoyed.